Jeffrey in Philadelphia writes to me, "Hello, Professor Paul." Yep, I think the only professorial about me is my glasses. I love my M700s and P12. Well, thank you. And I diligently glean from your posts and videos all that I can. Watching your videos, I notice that both Listening Room 2 and 3 have angled front corners behind the speakers. Why? What are the reasons to have or not have angled front corners? I'd love to hear your thinking about that, and would it matter if there were no dipoles? Well, yes, the FR30s are not dipoles. They do have a rear-mounted out-of-phase tweeter, so the tweeter is a dipole, but everything else is not, and you can turn that on or off depending on what you like. So, angled corners, yep. If you look back here, you can see where this lovely plant, who never needs water, there is an angled corner. And over here, the same sort of thing, another angled corner. You can see that it angles off this way, so we put it at a 45-degree angle. And what you can't see is behind the speakers on the rear wall, it is angled as well. There's a lot of debate about that. The first time I ever saw angled walls was in Seacliff, New York, at Harry Pearson's house, HP, who is the founder of the Absolute Sound. Now, Harry, his favorite room, I don't remember what it was called, but it's where the Infinity reference standards, the IRS-3s, were. And it was a long room with angled corners. Now, they were naturally, this was an old Victorian house. And years ago, a lot of Victorian houses had sort of shaped outside. They kind of had, instead of just squared off walls, they had these shapes to them. And there were windows up there and all that. And it acted kind of like a tunnel. Maybe that's a horn, a little bit. But the more I listened, the more I studied up and realized corners are extremely problematic. They're one of the most problematic points in the room. And it's because when you have your standard meeting at the 90-degree angle of the corner, it's a big trap. And I don't have a corner in here to demonstrate, but you can hear the difference in my voice is actually pretty little as I walk around here and see, as I'm talking into a wall, now I'm talking into an angled corner. If that had been a real corner, you would have gotten more of this boxy sound. For instance, one of the things we don't play subwoofers or speakers in corners unless, like a JBL corner horn, they are specifically made and tuned for the corners. But generally, we stay the heck out of a corner, and we do what we can to get rid of the corners. We put in these big traps, right? We'll put in like these guys, this DAAD trap here. So this guy, these are great, by the way. Stupid expensive. They're made in Italy. I don't know that they're worth the money, but they're very cool. And one side is diffusion, and the other side is absorption. But they work wonder. I mean, they're amazing. They work great. And we'll stack these in the corners of a room, like in the mix room at Octave Records. We did not. It was construction details and everything. It just didn't work out to where we could do our angled corners. So there we've got a whole wad of these abfusers that are stacked up in the corners in order to get rid of the corner. And if you think about it, what are we doing? Well, what we're doing, obviously, when we do that is putting an angle, a little bit of absorption to get rid of the corner, and then you've got a surface that kind of angles it. So yeah, if you can afford in your room to do that, I have always been a fan of it. It helps break up standing waves. It's a very nice touch. And if you're building a room, it's no more money. If you're not, but you're remodeling a room, you can do that in an afternoon. You just put some studs over there, a little bit of drywall, fill it up full of fiberglass or whatever you want, paint her up, and bing, bada, boom, you got it. All right. Thanks for the question. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.